Do you guys remember this slide? This was all, I believe I had it on my duplication slide, and trading time for money. And most of you, I'm sure, have read the book. And I know I've read it a few times over the years with Robert Kiyosaki, with Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And who's read the book? Have you read the book? Just in the, okay, yeah, hands up, that's fine. All righty. Yeah, it's a really, really good book to read. We actually had our kids read this book as well. It's really to have an understanding on how to make money, really. And leverage is the way to go, is to create a business that you can leverage. And as you can see, we've got the 4 quadrants that he spoke about. And I created a slide particularly for that. And E's for employee. That's when you have a job. There's absolutely no leverage as an employee. And that's about 5% of the wealth. And the amount of active work determines the income. And you get paid based on what your boss thinks you're worth. And pretty well everybody gets paid the same, no matter whether you put more than another employee, unless you get promoted. Would everybody agree with me? That's pretty simple to explain as an employee. And then we've got self-employed. I stayed in this sector for a while until I got into the network marketing profession. And I remember how excited I was to have my own business. Oh my gosh, I was so excited. I remember getting the lease for my, what do you call it? Locale. I don't know how you call that in English. But I was in Quebec at the time. They call it locale. And anyways, when I realized what I was getting myself into, when all the bills were piling up, see, I built a business from home at the beginning when I had my traditional business. And then I went out to open up a storefront. And then that's when the bills start piling on. I did really well, actually. I can't complain. I had a successful business. But when the .com hit, like, there was a lot of things that hit that stopped people from traveling September 11. Like, a lot of things were happening, and I had to get really creative. As a traditional business person, you also get really creative. So you literally own a job, really. I remember that my employees all got paid before me, and everything else had to get taken care of before me. And so there's absolutely no leverage, 95% population. The amount of active work determines the income. And I have to say, I was burnout doing this self-employed. And I know that, with everything happened with the pandemic, that I can't imagine all the people who had storefronts that had to close because of that. And so being self-employed is hard. It's really hard. And so when I got introduced to the network marketing profession, which is business owner, I didn't understand the concept of network marketing. I just saw it as a way to actually sell products through my storefront. I used to own a swimsuit manufacturing company, and I also had, I designed gym gear, lingerie, different things. Plus I had some accessories that I had brought in. And I thought, you know what, the product, it wasn't Max, but the product that we had at the time, they had a skincare product. They had a few things. And I thought, you know what, this is a way that I could sell some products and kind of have some fun and get a little bit out of that environment. And I had no idea, literally had no idea how big this was going to get. And within a year, I sold my company, and my traditional company, and I went full-time in network marketing and did everything that we could to make it work. And so I was able to bring myself back home to be with my kids. So when I had a traditional business, my kids were literally raised by daycare. And then when I went full time in network marketing, I actually came back home. So it was really great to be home when the kids got off the bus and not having to have daycare. It was a phenomenal way to do business. And you don't have a lot of overhead in network marketing. And a lot of people think, they get started in this business, they got to spend a lot of money. No, what you really need is you need a passion, a purpose, and a desire to succeed. And obviously stay focused and committed to the daily grind of building this business, which is connecting with people. We're in a people business. Business, when you're your own business owner, what I love about network marketing is it was system driven. And you didn't have to have these spectacular skills. Of course, you're going to develop them over time, but what you needed was a simple system. And as you all know, that Chris and I, over the last year, we had reinvented ourselves in branding and creating our system with the boards. And everybody is loving it. We had a lot of conversations at the Diamond Retreat, and everybody is using the boards, leveraging it. They absolutely love it. It has simplified their businesses even more because everything is copy paste. You don't have to think. You might want to personalize a few things, especially with people you know really well. But other than that, it's a really, really, really good system. So everything's there. And so your income does not depend on the active work, because at the beginning, yes, it does, because you have your circle and you have to bring in your 2 people who we're going to teach and train to bring in their two people, and so on and so forth. And that's when you start building a leveraged business model. So really, it says people work with you. We're all independent, but we're interdependent, because we have a moral responsibility for sure, as leaders, to support and train and teach your people and guide them, of course. But you're all working together and learning together. And then, of course, the investor part, which is really massive. Chris and I really got most of our investments through network marketing. With the residual income that you make, always put money aside. No matter how much money you're making, put money aside for learning, because you're always going to be learning and evolving. You're going to invest in some courses, because we all have to get better. And I think we all really learned this through the pandemic, that when the belly to belly had stopped, we all had to be creative. We all had to learn Zoom. We had to learn a little bit through social media, and we came together and we started creating these 15-minute segments, which turned into a Saturday training, helping the ones that were really beginners level at the social media platform. And now I love the fact that you guys are posting. I'm watching you regular. You're doing your stories, you're doing your reels, and of course your lives. And I've seen all of you evolve a lot. So congratulations for that. And so the investment part is, this is when you own investments. And I highly recommend not to put everything in one basket, eggs in one basket. Always diversify your portfolio and be careful how much money you put out there. Be very careful with that, especially in today's world. You can get bit really, really hard. So this is where we all want to be. Some of you might be there right now, but this is what's going to drive everything. That is why I absolutely love the network marketing model. And what's really important is to focus on building rather than selling. Yes, we sell product. There's no question. You're always going to sell product. We are a product-based company. But how you position your posture and how you're connecting with people and the value that you give to people will determine whether you're going to get a business partner out of this. Relationships are extremely important, building solid relationships. And yeah, so Colette, welcome to the team. Alice was introducing Colette earlier because they came on first, and they had been business partners in the finance industry in the past. And now she's a new business partner with her and Max, which is totally awesome. Welcome to our family. But that's a perfect example of relationships, right? Is to get back to with people that you have worked with in the past, people that you know really well. You never know where people are positioned. You never know whether somebody is hurting. And this is where we come into play. And more than ever, we need to create a lot of value. Would you agree we need to create a lot of value because there's a lot of stuff out there, especially on social media? Value, value, value. Okay. So this is the system that we're using. I'm just going to show you this one sheet, but there is two sheets to this. And this is all we're teaching is the 5-step success, 5 steps to success. This is our max action plan, our map to success. And the most important thing is auto ship. Step number 1, auto ship. I teach auto ship day 1. If you're serious about building your business, you want to make sure that you have your auto ship ordered at the beginning of the month, and you teach and train your people to do the same thing, because number 3 will be very powerful for you if you can duplicate that. So the important thing is 100 points. Okay, so whatever product you need, it's generally 2 products here in North America, and in different parts of the world, in Africa and the Philippines, they have certain packages. They sell a lot of products that are 1-week values, where in North America, we have 1 month packages. And then we've also got our Celgevity, which you have 4 1-week bottles in that package, which is more of a marketing strategy. So auto ship is critical. So that's number 1. Step number 2 is to get 2 people as associates to do the same thing. So they sign up, they order their initial package, whatever the packages are. There's a commission that is given to the associate when the new associate orders a package. And that can start from a personal package to a momentum package. There's a max active package, and there's premier packages as well. And so senior associate, that's the level you get when you sign up your first 2 people, 1 on the left and 1 on the right. It's super, super simple. Okay. And get everybody to duplicate that. And then number 3 is what we call our prime bonus level 1. And this is when you sponsor 5. So if you've already got your 2 people, 1 on the left, 1 on the right, you want to get 3 more people. And if you have a total of 500 points of product purchases, you can do a minimum of 3 people, just so you know, especially in North America, because if you order 2 products, you're looking at 120 to 130 points. And so you can do it in with less people. Okay. In some of the international markets, we always say 5, because most people are ordering 100-point orders. So they would need 5 people. Okay, so prime bonus level 1, you're going to earn a share. Okay, and you have to be on 100 points to get that prime bonus level 1. So let's go to the bronze part of building the business. This is the most important rank in the company, is bronze. Once you hit bronze, all you need to do is duplicate this. And if you can do that, and you get many people that are reaching that bronze level, you go up in your ranks. Okay, so the more people you get qualified, the better. And I'm going to go through a little bit of the compensation plan as well, just some key points of it, so that you see the important things that are necessary to understand. So 5 is duplication. So everybody gets that? Auto ship, get your first 2, 5 to get your prime. You could probably do it in 4, but remember 500 points, go for 5. Once you get your bronze, bronze is you have qualified 1 on the left, 1 on the right, and you need to duplicate and build through that team to get your 2,000 points on the left, 2,000 points on the right of product purchases, and that will get you to a bronze. So if you're not a bronze level qualified, go back to the basics. The basics are critical in our business. So go back and look at it. And if ever you need some support to go back and look at your tree with you, Chris and I are very open. We really want to develop a lot of bronzes and keep them growing in the business. So I'm just going to go to one more section here. Okay, the strategy. Okay, so everybody's familiar with the strategy, correct? I know that most of you are very familiar with the compensation plan. If you're not, it's like going out there and doing business and not knowing what you're doing. I mean, you have to know the comp plan, at least the basics of the comp plan to build your posture. You know, like we consume the products every day to build up our story on the products. And then we watch videos, we listen to Bobby Horn and all kinds of stuff. By the way, I got a surprise for you. So we learn a lot about the products. Well, we need to equally learn how the compensation plan works. Okay, because if you can get this balance in building this business, that's when you're going to go up in your pin ranks. And you're going to get your team members going up in the pin ranks. But if you're only product focused and you bring people into the business, you're going to duplicate product selling. And most likely you're not hitting a bronze. Maybe you got a lot of good customers, but to go up to gold and above, it most likely is not going to happen unless you're a super salesperson. Okay, so here's the residual aspect that you will get. It takes time by building a network. Okay, but the work, as you can see, here's the time and here's the money. And everybody's always saying, how can I make money in this business? It's simple. It's right here. Okay, it's work. You know, there's work involved. It's called network marketing, not net wish or net hope, network. We all work to build networks. Okay, so here's where you spend all of your time. Bridge. So what is the bridge income? Fast start, signing new people, getting them in with packages. That's your bridge income, and then primes. So on the 5 steps to success, the map, fast start, prime bonus. Okay, these are really important things that we all need to be doing on a daily basis in building our business. Will customers come? Absolutely, they'll come. Absolutely. I've had many conversations where, you know, I'm very business oriented, and I'm upfront, and I think that's why people appreciate that. I don't try to hide anything. I am proud to be a network marketer. We've helped many thousands of people create a full-time income with this worldwide. And I know the lives that we're changing. So posture is everything, right? So you need to build this posture up and tell stories. But will some say, I'm not really interested in the opportunity? Absolutely. Will some say, you know what, this looks pretty good, but I'd really like to try the product first? Great. most likely I'm going to get products in their hand with that is only a week's worth, because in that third day, I'm going to move them towards getting started. But all of this is practice and relationship building, because through that process, you're building a stronger relationship every single time you communicate with people. And so customers are important. Okay. Some don't want to do the business, and that's perfectly fine. And if your customers, want to refer people to you, even better. If they get a good experience and they're really happy with you, then they're going to refer people to you. So build those relationships really strong, and you never know down the road what they're going to do with this. One more quick slide, because people are always asking what it takes. Does everybody understand this slide here? Advancing in the ranks. Okay. So if you do not know this slide, learn it. This is a really, really important thing, because most people that you'll talk to in the business, when you get talking to them, show them this slide, because that will show them the kind of potential that there is in building the business and the income potential. Ask them where they'd like to be, because you may be a big dreamer or maybe not a big dreamer, and doesn't mean the person that you're bringing has the same vision, right? So you may talk to somebody, maybe, I don't know, maybe you're at a bronze level and you're comfortable, and you talk to somebody who says, oh my gosh, if I could make an extra $5,000-$6,000 a month, show me how to do it. I mean, you got to know. You got to know your stuff. Okay. You can always leverage and have Chris and I talk to people who have big vision, but you want to make sure that you know your stuff, and tell them that it's all about bronze, building bronzes. The more bronzes you're building up, the more successful you come. See, this is personally enrolled. This is the bronze section. Are you seeing the bronzes here? All these bronzes for every rank starts at silver. So for you to be silver, you need to build one bronze in your team. Okay. So you do whatever it takes to get them through those 5 steps of success. And then a gold requires 2, one on the left and one on the right in your team. So it's all about helping people succeed. You don't see this often in the corporate world, because in the corporate world, it's all in competition. You know, if you help the person beside you do what you do or better, then you're now in competition to go up the rank, up the ladder in the corporate world. In this business, you'll do everything in your power to get people to the top, because obviously you want to help people, but you also gain by doing this. Okay, so the compensation plan is brilliantly designed. There's no free ride here. We all have to put efforts into this. You might have got lucky, had some people build underneath you, or some people on the top that, had spillovers, but you don't want to depend on that, because you just never know what happens, right? You want to build your network and have your own personals that you're building. And then there's a tier factor here in percentages. When you get royalty, this is when you're building other people. Okay. And then the company will give you percentages based on that. All right. So I won't go into detail on that, but this compensation plan is very, very rich in value. And that's why I wanted to throw this in there, so that you understand that. I know we share our PowerPoint presentation in a simple format, but you want to make sure you really understand the comp plan over and above. So, hey, Janet, Olga, Mireille, how are you? Susan, Janet, hey, Erica, how are ya? Great to see you all. Barbara Ann, welcome. So the rest I already said hello. So does anybody have any questions based on the information?
I do.
Okay, perfect.
How do you use the 631? Is it only for Africa or can we use it here?
Yeah, we're all using the 631. They're actually adopting it right now in Malaysia as well.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll talk Lucy bringing this into Singapore. The Philippines really liked it as well. So there's a training on that on the Active Team website. When you go activeteamgroup.com, in the training format, there is a 631 video there on how to work your strategy.
Yeah, that's what I've been using. So I was wondering if it was strictly for Africa or if it was used here as well.
Mm-hmm. No, we're all using it. Yeah, we're all using it. Anybody else have any questions? How many of you need to do your homework on the compensation plan?
Well, I think we all need to review.
Yeah.
Plan, do review.
Exactly. Yeah, go through page by page just to have an understanding. If you have any questions, never hesitate. We're here to support everybody. And yeah, to have a total understanding, you really have to go through it. Because everybody's, will often say, oh, I want to go diamond. I want to go diamond. But you have to understand how it works. So when you understand what you need to do, then when you're building your network, you'll know where you're going to be positioning people. And we help a lot in the process there because our goal is to help you maximize your income. Anybody else have any questions? So just so all of you know, I didn't know if you know yet, Bobby Horn is now part of corporate. She's a corporate employee. She was at the Diamond Retreat, and we're working on getting her to come here for an event. And as we talked about in Canada, that we wanted to put something together, we're still in communication with Mike and Lynn. We sat down and had a lunch together to work on some dates, because I don't think the date of the 4th, 5th, and 6th of July is going to happen. I think that date, we're going to push it further. So we'll keep you posted on the dates, and we have to look at our calendar. Mike's going to look at his when he gets home. He should be home now. And then we'll let everybody know in advance so we can book something. We're trying to do the cruise, the river cruise. Does that interest you for those who are in Canada? Like we did the last time? Is it? Yeah, let us know, because we need to have the numbers to have an idea. And we got Mike to do the same thing. And because if you can do it, I know that they're lightening up a lot of things on travel now. I don't know if it requires vaccines in the future. So I don't know what it's like in the US, Beth or Chuck right now. I'm not sure if they lifted anything more. Canada was pretty easy, but does anybody know for lifting that?
No idea.
No, I heard about it.
For the cruise, do you have any cost available right now, or it's too early?
No, we don't know right now. Yeah. I know it's company sponsored, and normally if they would have a hotel, it's company sponsored, and they would pay the hotel fees, right, for whatever the event. We're not going to have a hotel, so they may put a percentage down, and just whatever the cost. I think, was it in 2017, our cruise, I think we put a deposit, which helped for everybody with their cost. And I think we paid what, $99 a ticket or something?
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's lots of
that was US, right? That was $99 US.
Yeah. No, it was Canadian.
I forget now.
Yeah. And that's back in 2017.
Yeah.
So Chris and I checked the company that we did, the what was it called? Obsession. And they said it depends on how many people we had for a group. And I don't think we're going to pull the numbers this year.
Okay.
But I think it was 140 per person. So that's individually. That's not a group. So we have to see what the company can do. So we're trying to do that. And if that doesn't work out, we're going to do something here for sure. And there's maximum 70 people that we can do here downstairs, do a barbecue gathering. Yeah. So we'll figure it out. Any other questions? Linda, do you have any questions?
Yeah, Tammy, I have a question. You're mentioning about the events, and that was what the summer campaign was all about. So we have, so Barbara Ann and Paul and Bill and I are collaborating on a campaign for July 23rd. I recall mention of consistent flyers that were going to be developed by your virtual assistant.
Yes.
I don't know what the status of those are, and we're just now approaching a month away and would really like to get moving on that. So
Okay.
is that something that perhaps you could update us on?
Yeah, I'll leave her a message.
Thanks.
I think, you know, I think she's already done some just before we left.
Okay.
We were so busy.
Well, didn't Chris send the templates through Canva for us to use?
Yeah, she did. She did some of them. Yeah, let me go back and look at what she done. I'll talk with her tomorrow and go on Zoom with her.
So yeah, definitely the templates are there for some with regard to the MVP presentations, Marie Paul.
Well,
I
yeah,
was just
but
in
you
it
can change-
today.
You can certainly change the wording in the pictures.
I wasn't sure
Yeah.
if there was some more campaign related flyers that were going to be developed for those belly to belly events for this campaign.
Yeah, she did a few. I have to, I'm
Great.
gonna go on Zoom with her tomorrow and I'll let her walk us through that. And I just put a note to let her
Tammy,
know.
could you make sure that it's made available to us through Canva?
Oh, for sure. It's definitely going to be sent through Canva.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can modify, you can do whatever you want with that.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and we'll look at them because if it's something you want something different, she's very creative. Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else? All right. So thank you for being on tonight's session. And next week we'll do the session that we were supposed to do today. And just going to let Chris get some shut eye. We had a lot of crack in Ireland. They call it crack fun, is crack. So anyways, have a great week. And I know, oh, Erica, you're traveling to Shadiac. Scott and Alice, you want to connect with Erica. She's going to do something at the cottage. She's staying with her family on the 29th, correct, Erica?
That's right. Are you guys in Shediac, New Brunswick area? Yes. Good. Fantastic. So we're
Alice
connected.
and
Alice
Scott.
as well.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
I'm like, yay. Yeah, more people. So that will be the 29th for the 29th, and I will send the details. And I mean, I would love to have anybody else who has a little bit more experience within the business, and perhaps, you know, that will be very helpful too.
29th of June?
Yes, next week.
Okay.
So it's a Wednesday. I think Wednesday's a good day. Yeah.
I may be in
check the
Ottawa
weather.
already,
What's up?
but I'm sure I may be in Ottawa already, but I'm sure Alice
Ah, okay.
will be around.
Perfect.
Yeah. I should be back
Excellent.
for the 7th or 8th though.
Whereabouts is it? That's going back.
Okay, so I'll give you each other's information so you can
Perfect.
connect.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So have a great evening. Have a great week. And we'll talk to you next week.
Great training,
Everybody
Tammy.
take a
Thanks.
picture.
Great
Who
training.
wants to take a
Thanks.
Thanks,
screenshot
everybody.
before I
Yeah.
forget?
Screen-
Be on so we get a screenshot. Jen, you wanna do it?
Screenshot.
Oh,
can
hold
do
on a
one.
second. Okay, got it.
Thanks. All right.
All the
Take
best,
care.
all the best to Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm taking care of them. Lots of
Good health.
homemade remedies.
Sure.
Good health to you both. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Good
Take
night.
care.
Everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Hi, Susan.